fashion, I'd like to show you all previous interview presentations that I've done. Now, the trick, maybe not a trick, but the thing with this is I do this because I want to show my value. Let me see if that will work. Yes. I want to show my value to the organization, and I want to show you that this is what I can do for you. Okay. Now, from experience, in cases where they haven't asked for a presentation, you will find out that at least more times than none, you will be the only one that has done a presentation. Now, why is that good? That's good because that shows that you are somebody that goes above and beyond and you think ahead of everyone else. Because everybody else would have been doing what? Preparing to be interviewed, whereas you would have presented and also done an interview. Okay. So in some cases, this has been beneficial to me. It's been an advantage to me because, you know, the minute I say, oh, I've got a presentation, they say, oh, really? You're the only one that's done that. I'm like, okay, tells you something. You understand? So this is probably one of my favorite projects that I enjoyed. It was a divestment project, backstory. Again, I could only like put so much in there because I asked questions to the recruiter to understand, or what are they trying to do, you know? And in this case, they have sold a division of the business in Australia to another VC, or to a VC. And my job was to come in and help them cut out that company so that we can hand it over to the VC. Literally that, okay? So this is just, I'm just going to run you through it. So the objectives of the project, based on what I knew at the time, I've just got that information in there, okay? Facts and figures, just again, you can see it there. So I've just done a bit of research, right? You know, I think I just went on chat, wasn't chat at the time, just standard Google, you know, which of the following are top 5 priority tasks to perform prior to bringing a deal to market. So I spoke through, you know, my understanding of this. Likewise, another one here as well, you know, just to kind of show that, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, you know, covering off key deliverables. And I'm sure you guys will appreciate that if I have just gone to them with a plain black and white paper, yeah, it wouldn't have the same impact. As much as the context is in there, context, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't hit home the same. Okay. Again, I'm trying to show off. Forget it. I'm trying to show off. I'm trying to let you know I know this. Okay. So initial steps of the project. So again, I mean, okay, you might not know TSA because we've not talked about that. That's not really something we've covered, but that's fine. But you can see there, you know, building a roadmap, reporting structure, resource allocation, identifying stakeholders. I'm letting them know how I'm going to come in and what I'm going to do, right? And then, again, these are questions around the project. You know, what are we doing? What are we not doing? Because this was not things that was discussed, right? And okay, that was that one. Very simple, very straightforward. It makes me stand out. Next question is, did I get the job? The answer is yes, I did get the job. Okay. Another one I'll show you briefly. There was one particular one I did. That one I didn't get the job. You know what? I'll find it. Give me 1 second. I remember the company name. That one you know, when you want something so bad, you're praying and you're like, oh God, please, you know, here we go. I found it. It's actually still in date. It was dated 29th of November 2018, right? This is as far back, right? I had just come off a relocation project at the time, and I saw this. I don't know if they're still around, actually. I don't know if, do you know if Tandem Bank is still around? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. Relocation projects, similar to the ones you guys have been doing for your office setup projects, okay? Relocation projects. They were relocating practically a mile away or less than a mile. it's walking distance. You understand? But you still need a project manager, right? Because you're not going to tell all your staff, hey guys, our office is down there. The new office is down there. Yeah, carry your stuff and see me there. It doesn't work that way. You still need to put a plan in place. You still need to engage vendors, stakeholders, the lot. Okay. So this, yeah, they probably have shut down now or they've been bought out. Tandem, eh? They're still in business. Okay, thank you. But I don't think they're doing as good as all the other guys. Yeah, okay. Tandem Bank, okay. Maybe that's why. Maybe because they didn't give me the job. That's why they're doing good. And you see, office relocation project. Again, they've not asked for this, right? But I've put this together. All right. So again, I'm trying to show what I know about them. So yeah, very much. Let me call them fintech bank or fintech at the time. Just what I knew about them. Again, simply go on their website. You understand? Go on their website, take material from their website. What is their as is? So what is their current position? Okay. This is their current position in an office that currently takes 120 people, occupying both the ground and first floor. Ahead, there you go. Distance to new location is 1.1 miles, right? And that was their address, N1 in London. Yeah. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a man of faith. So you best believe before the interview date, I went to do a recce of the place and I was just praying over the building like, God, please, please, God, I beg. God, I beg. Because obviously as a contractor, you don't want dry spells. You understand? You want to always stay in work, you know. And I think they were paying, at that time, they were paying like £350. So to me, that's like, now, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't get out of bed for £350, but then I'm like, yes, I would. You understand? And I'll never forget those. Before I get back to this one, there was one other job I really, really wanted. And there are some jobs that you really, really want, but God is like, shut up, man. Go this way instead. That one was with Deutsche Bank, and it was a junior project manager role. And I think they were paying like $450 as a junior for Deutsche Bank. I have the picture on my phone. Before we finish, I'll find it. You best believe I went to Deutsche Bank, to the office itself, and again, I was praying. I touched the wall. I was like, God, please. I took a picture there. If people think it's a joke, it's a joke. I'll find a picture somewhere. I went to the office in London because I was like, $450 a day. Like in 2018, you understand? I was ready for it, but God had other plans. So we moved as is to be, etc., etc. So I'm showing them, okay, I've done my homework. I know what we're trying to achieve here. Russell Square, you probably all seen it, or you're very easy to get to in London anyway. And then benefits of office relocation, as you would expect. Scope of the work based on what I knew. Okay, everything is in there. Manage third-party suppliers, coordination of IT equipment migration, coordination of IT services at new premises. All of this here is literally what I still do now. You understand? I've done different things in between, but the current project I'm working on now is more so very similar to this. The current project I'm working on now is office setup projects. Seattle, which goes live tomorrow. I've got a call with them. Yeah, I've got a call with them tonight, 9 p.m. because obviously they're behind time-wise. So we're just going to do a walkthrough with the people on ground there, make sure everything is ready for tomorrow morning. I've got one in Vancouver, and I've got one in Vancouver one I'm not going to do anymore. Then there's the one in Israel. They've handed it to another PM because there were two of us. They've given it to the other guy because my part is very small. But I'll be picking up another one in Nice, a brand new building, everything. So just to carry on with this, scope, key milestones based on my knowledge in terms of how I think we should set out the project. So office design and fit out, comms room, setup, telecoms, IT cabling, all of that is there. And then, common risk with such a project, I'm able to talk through all of this. And then my timeline was a 3-month project. You understand? Again, this is not something that needs to be overcooked, right? It's a 3-month project. Take us from here to here. Simple as that. And then key stakeholders, again, stakeholder identification. I'm showing them I've done my due diligence, I've done my homework. Doesn't take anything out of me to do the research at the time. Okay, do you want to go for a phased approach or a big bang? What do you want to do? Okay. And then again, I'm selling myself. Why Jonathan? Right? Experience with multiple relocation and new build projects, attention to detail, ability to manage stakeholders, flexible, will manage from end to end, not afraid to get hands dirty, blah, 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 blah. I'm selling myself. It costs me nothing to sell myself because I'm the one that knows what I'm looking for. Does that make sense? Yeah? As simple as that. Okay? Now, like I said, I didn't get it, but, you know, it doesn't take anything away from me. It adds to me, if anything, you know, and I built that habit up. So when I know, you know, if I really, really want something, I'm like, okay, I need to find a way to stand out. I need to find a way so that, you know, I'm not just here like everybody else and I'm just ticking the box, right? Give you another quick example. What I want to do is I want to help you guys, right? So one of the guys sent me this as an example, okay? Sent me his presentation. He had an interview, sent me his presentation, right? This is what he sent across. Great, 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 great. Now, again, like I've already been shouting, this is just black and white. Yeah, that doesn't work. Now, when I say we'll help you, we will help you. But, you know, as they say, heaven helps those that help themselves. Likewise, OJ will only help you if you help yourself. So at a minimum, it's always good that you bring something yourself to the table. You understand? So you just saw that. Now, let me bring across what we then concluded on and supported with. No, don't do split view. Okay, if I just hit, hold on. Don't do split view, it's okay. Separate views. Okay, now, so you saw the first one, black and white, etc. Then we now have this. You understand? This is much better, 10 times better than, you know, the previous one. And this is just, you know, I think this was maybe it was Canva or something like that. So there are tools that you can use, you understand, to sell yourself. You know, it's not just, don't just go in plain black and white and say that is it, right? But again, I'm not going to deliver the work as if it's me delivering the work, because that's a dead giveaway when you can't say how you did it or what is in your document, so to speak. Okay, cool. Any questions from what we have been talking on so far, guys? Are we all in line? Cool. Okay. So
yeah, I just want to ask, what was the feedback from that interview that wasn't given to you?
I can't remember, I'll be honest. That was 2018. So that's what, 8 years ago. I can't remember what the feedback was. You know what? I say I can't remember. Let me see. Because it would have very likely would have been verbally. So I don't know.
So how were you able to get the scope those information? Was it from the JD or just from personal experience?
JD, experience, and just asking questions. You understand?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not seeing the, you know what? Hold on. So one thing about all these, I have like several email addresses, but when it comes to my job email address, everything is usually always in there. I'm actually trying to find the feedback as you've just mentioned it. But again, like I've said, I always, if I say anything and you think, this guy is capping, yeah, always ask for receipts. So you'll see here, if I can just close this 1 second. Okay, so you'll see here, right, there you go. So I don't know if you can read that very well. Afternoon, Georgia, blah, blah, blah. I'm not too far from the office, so I should be there in good time. You didn't reply as to whether or not you wanted me to provide a presentation, but attached is what I've done based on this project. Might not be necessary or needed, but if needed, you have a copy, right? So they didn't, like I said, they didn't ask me for a presentation, okay? But it's my duty to sell myself, right? So I made sure that, okay, I'm going above and beyond, and here it is. And this is, yeah, you can see the date there, right? 2018, November 2018. That's literally when this was. Yeah, so the receipts are always in the bag. Let me put it that way. All right, cool. Any other questions?
None for me for now. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, just carrying on with this. Already mentioned this again, but I think it's very, very important. Communication. Now, I've said communication with yourselves as a team, but more so as well as a project manager, communication with your project team. Remember what I said about communication. What must communication do? What must communication do? When we're talking about communication.
It should flow within you and not around you.
Thank you very much. Who said that? I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Communication must flow through you and not around you. If A and D are going to speak on your project, you need to be in the middle. Because the problem is when you're not, you don't know what has been said. That's how you end up losing control and direction of your project, because people are having conversations and you're not in the loop. Therefore, you're not going to know what's going on. So it's important that you are always in the middle when it comes to communication. By doing that, you're able to then manage what people are doing, so coordinating them, managing the risk and the issues, because you've got visibility of everything that is actually happening. It helps you to build trust and accountability. Remember what I said, you don't want to put a situation where your sponsors are asking questions and it's somebody else giving the answer because you don't know. Yes, you're a team, but if you don't know the answer, then that means there's a problem. Something's going on somewhere. It's different if you had asked somebody to give the answer or to add to what you've said. But for you not to know the answer, it's a problem on its own. Okay? So when we're talking about effective communication, again, establish clear communication channels. When you're writing your PIDs, or when you wrote your PIDs, there was a part in there where it talks about communications and meetings, i.e., when are we going to meet? How often are we going to be meeting? What would the meetings be about? Yeah, you have to get that all up front. So it's not something you're trying to do like medicine after death. That's not going to help you, right? Then again, what protocols are we going to use? Encouraging open and honest communication as a PM. Because it's not everything that you may necessarily want to tell your clients. But again, that's about you staging and gating the communication, i.e., what you're letting them know and when. But if there's no barriers, there's no gate, and information is just flowing outside, your stakeholders, your client may not know how to digest it. Therefore, they may make assumptions. I'll give you an example, a perfect example this week. So we got a picture from Seattle. One of the contractors, actually the sponsor, project sponsor, sends us a picture and is like, this is not the monitors we're supposed to have. We're supposed to have curved monitors. We've got straight monitors, and this looks like a smaller monitor. It was more bothered about the size. So literally, we're there running around thinking, shit. Because if we have the wrong size monitors, we're screwed. We are literally screwed. There's not enough time. There's no magic. Forget it. There's not enough time that we can get the right monitors to sites. It's not possible. Talking about like 100 plus monitors, it's not possible, right? Logistically, financially, time-wise, it's just not there. So again, we're seeing this the day after he sent it. Does that make sense? Because he sent it his night, which is, well, his evening, which is our night. So by the time we see it, obviously, we still have a bit of time. So I'm on the phone. I'm not even if I get on the phone. I've already sent an email to the vendor, to the people that installed, that supplied and installed the monitors. Like, guys, what's up here? What did you give us? What's going on? Right? And I'm waiting because I've sent an email. The guy's not going to wake up because I've sent an email. By the time I speak to him, he had already responded, but we still spoke on the phone. And the guy was like, he was already worried. He was like, oh, am I in trouble? I'm like, no. I don't think you're in trouble. Me, I'm not that kind of person because my portfolio manager, they already know the type of person he is. So they think I'm coming with that same energy. And me, I don't like to put tension on people like that because I'll never forget that one of the first places I worked, there was a guru there, an older man, Alex. And every time I had a problem, I would run to this guy and I'd say, so and so has happened. And And the man would look at me calmly and he'd say, Jonathan, did anybody die? I said, nobody died, but he said, He goes, did anybody die? I said, no. He said, okay, good. So what's the problem? You understand? He goes, what is the problem? That's the worst that can happen. There you go. You understand? But I was like, okay, fine. Now, bringing it back to this guy, he was already worried, thinking, because obviously he's a contractor or he's a supplier, the vendor. So such a mistake could mean the end of their contracts. And you talk about, multi-million-dollar contracts for his company, In the end, we then actually backtracked and we realized, and this is where, as a company, I'm like, yeah, we could do a lot better. When we backtracked, we then realized that the guy actually said, if we want the curved monitors, we will not get them in time for when the site is planned to open. But they can provide a different monitor, which they will keep for us at the same price, but it's actually more expensive and it's actually better quality, it's a better screen, it's a better refresh rate, all those type of stuff than the curved one. You understand? That's what the guy said. And the business at the time said, yeah, go for it. Signed off on that. Yes, and that was signed off. That was like approved. But the point is, because that was the decision, but that decision was not logged. Remember I told you, there are no tools. These guys are not using any tools. Don't get me wrong. If somebody remembered in time, we would have said, oh, no, that was the decision we made. But nobody remembered it. So everybody went into panic mode. You understand? In the end, we killed out the fire. Nothing to worry about. Went back to the sponsor, said, you know what? No. We changed it because of X, Y, and Z. And you know what? This is actually better quality for the business because we've got more value for money, blah, 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 blah. And that's how that died. You understand? So that communication, documentation, all of that, I've said it several times, is very, very important. Very, very important. All right. Active listening, you've all heard it. 2 of these and 1 of this for a reason. You listen more than you speak, aside of when, I'm training, but that's usually the case. Using clear and concise language, visual aids. You see the visual aids. So visual aids such as charts, graphs, diagrams especially, right? And I'm saying that because having worked in global organizations, remember this, that English is not everyone's first language. So there's no benefit to you being there and blowing grammar to a guy in India. Because trust me, my good friend Apu would say, sorry, I don't understand. And he's not lying. And I can't blame him. You understand? Because they're trying to form, I know Queen's English. It doesn't work. Speak plain and simple. And when you can't, draw what it is that you're trying to achieve using diagrams, So again, the tools that we have at our disposal are very important, right? I could literally now create a diagram of what I want a network to look like. like a network diagram. Yeah, I could do that on PowerPoint, on Word, on Visio. You understand? Saying this is this, this is this, this is this, this arrow goes here, this one goes there, things like that, right? So use whatever you can to get your message across. And more importantly, remember that it's about building that relationship. Yeah, that's what will save you. I told you yesterday, I'm sure it was yourselves. I didn't teach anyone else yesterday. I told you yesterday, one of the guys I'm working with, you know, it's only now in the last couple of weeks that, you know, because I've taken a genuine interest. My interest is not fake as such. You understand? His daughter has been hospitalized. And as a co-worker, I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? How's your daughter? How's your family? Is everybody okay? You know, but because of that, he's drawn to me as well, because he can see that, oh, you know what? In this workplace, there's somebody that cares. And sometimes that's all it is, you know. But when you go around, just carry shoulder and do get, you know. I think it happens a lot in London. No offense to the London guys. Happens a lot in London. You see all these Nigerian guys, they get IT contract or project management contract. They don't wear all those Louis V, Gucci belts. You're going into the office, you're decking up. You're looking even richer than the CEO of the company themselves. You understand? They're going to look at you like, look at you. Oh, you smell nice. Oh, you smell fancy. But now you they chop less. Everybody else is eating, you know? So it's about building those relationships, like literally coming across as personable. You know, if you're too standoffish, this is like I said, where I'm currently at now, the portfolio director. As in, when these guys start talking, they don't even like him at all. But they can't leave because they're permanent. So it's one of those things, either he leaves or they pray that he leaves so that they can have peace of mind. You know? So again, environments matter. You have to learn your environment, build relationships, because that's ultimately what will save you. Again, just in your terms of your teams, make sure you set clear goals. So when you guys are working together, you need to set clear goals, clear boundaries, right? Who's doing what? There's what we call RACI matrix, RACI. We'll still cover it as we go through in the weeks, but it's very simple: responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed, right? When you're working on deliverables, you need to understand and call out simple terms: who's responsible for what, who's accountable for it, who's consulted for it, who needs to be informed. So these are the tools that you can all use immediately to better manage yourselves, even in your household. For those of you that have kids, put a RACI matrix in place, right? What are the tasks? List the tasks in the house: vacuuming, washing the plates, doing the what do you call it? What else do kids do in the house? What else do they do? Changing the bed. I don't know, cleaning the window, laundry, whatever, right? Make them responsible for all those things. Make them accountable for it between themselves. Who needs to be consulted, mom or dad? Who needs to be informed, mom or dad? You can see how that can simply work in a home environment. Therefore, in a business environment, it's even better, because then everybody's clear on what they need to do. What you don't want is to have an environment where people are coming back and forth, and all you're hearing is and then, because that doesn't favor anyone. Okay? So, moving on. What else do I want to cover here? We've talked about this. That's fine. Done case studies. Okay, tracking your progress. Again, remember, it's not you doing the work, right? It's your resources doing the work. So you still have to engage with them to understand where they're at. Now, what mistake you don't want to make is go off the assumption that you know how long it will take them to do certain things, to deliver work. You don't, because you're not the one doing it. The only way you would know how long it would take is if you've done it before, similar projects. But then again, you can't use that necessarily as a guide, because wherever you're coming from, the person might have been highly skilled or less skilled, you just don't know. But at least I appreciate you would have a, an idea to begin with, okay? So when it comes to that, when you're setting work, you need to make sure they are the ones telling you the duration. This will take me X amount of time. This is how long it will take me. These are the things I'm going to do. And like I said already, making sure you're asking the right questions end to end. If you're not asking the right questions, you're not going to get the right answers or any answers at all. Okay? So keep that in mind. So when it comes to monitoring their progress, simple check-in points. If you're setting out the task, assuming the task is the deliverable, is 2 weeks of effort, checking in every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Thursday, whatever it is, right? Because again, it's your job to maintain that pace, especially in an environment where you don't have projectized resources. Remember what I talked about? Remember when we said projectized resources, functional resources, okay? So if it's not projectized, you then have the fact that you're now borrowing resources temporarily for use. So if that's the case, how do you now balance it? To make sure that whatever it is that they do for you, they don't drop the ball and they actually keep, to your schedule that you have. As part of that, you're looking at risk. Where could the risk be coming from for the project? What could slow us down? All right. And then facilitating collaboration among team members. I would always say this, right? As Blacks, as Nigerians, especially, and Cameroonians, because we're the same, we have a habit of not wanting to build relationships in the workplace. That works against us. It actually works against us. So what we want to do is build positive relationships. I'm not saying go to the pub and get drunk, but trust me, it costs you nothing. After work on a Friday, we're going to have a quick drink. Yeah, no problem. I'll come along. You don't have to drink. Take your apple juice, smile, and wave. You two do gigi and ha 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 ha, and go home, right? It's better than you not being. You'll be surprised. This is where it's a normal thing in life. This is where relationships are made. This is where you see the fact that some people have been in that place for so long, and because they've built a community for themselves. They know what's going on. They know who's who in the zoo. Remember when I talked about, when we were talking about stakeholder management, and I mentioned undocumented power. There are people with undocumented power, and that's where that power is built. You may understand, because it's not by title. They know themselves. Yeah, even before you get to politics, you understand. It's just undocumented power because they built that relationship with themselves, so they know who they can call on and what they can ask you to do. But when you're not in the mix, you're the one that's losing out. So you have to ensure that as well.
You won't have information.
Hmm?
You won't have information.
Yeah, you will have information. You will know what's going on. You will know what's going on, And the dark side of my mind is thinking about something, but that's not going to be relevant to this case. And because it's being recorded, I would like to not get involved in politics. Yes, not get involved in politics. But yes, that's life. Obviously for yourself, in terms of why you're tracking this, you're tracking everything that they're doing so that you can report onto it. You understand? Because don't forget, the sponsor is not going to come and meet your resources and say, how are we doing? No, they're going to come and meet you and say, what's going on? Where are we up to? What have we done? So you have to be able to have that literally up-to-date information to say, this is it. Even if you don't have it, you should have a plan as to how you're going to get it. So if your project is off track, you should have a roadmap to green. How am I going to get back to green, path to green, whatever you want to call it? Okay. All those are crucial points. What's the progress of the project? How are we doing? So when you now start going through your smart sheets and you start going through your plans and you start putting in percentages of work done, right? On this one, I'll look at the settings. On this one, it only covers status as in not started, started, complete, right? But you can add another column where you're actually putting in percentages. So by doing that, you're then able to see what is the overall percentage of the project. How much of this project have we completed? All right. Okay. So I'll talk on this so that you have a fine balance. Now, the way we have been training you and the way we have been discussing and everything we've been talking about is primarily focused on the waterfall project management, okay? Which really is very much the standard in most places. Now, in software-based environments, digital environments, you're now going to see more and more agile methodology, okay? Now, I would simply break it down to you and say waterfall would be for tangible things you can touch and feel, okay? Buildings, yes, right? And the word, as it says, is waterfall, okay? So if you didn't know, water falls downwards because of gravity. Unlike the video I saw on Instagram, which might not be real, about a place in Brazil where water goes upwards. I don't know. I saw it on Instagram. I'm just saying. But waterfall, right? And that means when we're doing the project in stages. Okay? So whether that's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, initiation, planning, the whole idea is we can only move to the next stage once we've completed one stage. Right? And we can't go back. Makes sense? Because water doesn't go up. So we can't go back, right? So if you're building a house, we have to build a house in stages. We can't say, oh, yes, we've dug the foundation, the roof arrives tomorrow. For what good? For what use? It doesn't work, okay? So it's about understanding and ensuring that there's a balance and there's a process that we follow, which is what most organizations would use. Now with Agile and Scrum and things like that, that's more to follow the line of SDLC. SDLC, if you don't know, is Software Development Lifecycle. Okay? Software Development Lifecycle. We looked at it earlier when we saw the PDCA, which is Plan, Do, Check, Act. All right? And we just use that as a cycle to get the work done. The thing with Agile is it helps us to work fast. To deliver quickly, right? And maybe it's a case of we may not necessarily have a clear scope of what it is that we're doing, but with Agile, even with that little scope, we'll start doing something. So the whole idea of Agile is iterative. So we're doing it in bits, right? Do something, add it on, do something, add it on. Obviously, you're testing it, do your QA, and you move it into your production, so on and so on, okay? So when you guys get your projects, that's what you would follow alongside ensuring that we have waterfall processes for the governance part of it as well. Okay? But it's just something to keep in mind. We will flesh this over time. So don't worry about that. Let me see. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and read this to you guys. You guys can all read. We've done the case studies. We've talked about change, CAB, Change Advisory Board, okay, and what you would need to do in terms of managing changes within the project, internal and external changes, okay, different types of changes, which could be scope, schedule, cost, quality, so on and so on. CRF, change request form. What you will get, if you haven't got it already, I'm sure it's on the LMS, is a glossary of all key terms. I would challenge you as well to, make do and try and learn those as much as possible. What else do I want to cover with you? All right, I think I'm happy with what we've done. So I'm not gonna continue with this anymore. I think this comes to the end shortly anyway. This all changed. Yeah. Okay, quality. Okay, we've spoken on. Like I said, you guys have the luxury of the LMS, so you can easily read this and go back to it. Any questions? No questions. All right, while you think, because you should have questions, so while you think of your questions, let me give you the projects you're going to be working on. I'm still trying to flesh this out based on how feasible is it? Do we have the right skills to do it before we actually embark on it as a project? But we'll come to it. The first one is going to be, so I think Evans, I think there's how many people in total in this cohort? About close to 10 people, if I'm correct. The first one that we're going to have is we want to create a project planning tool like no other, right? So this would be a AI-based, so AI voice-based project planning tool. Okay, project tool. Make a note of that, right? And we're going to split you guys up.
Project
So
planning.
it's AI voice-based project planning tool. The whole idea there, like I said, we're looking at the feasibility of it, but the whole idea there is you would literally speak to it in terms of what you are doing. From there, it would plan it out for you, okay? And you would just continue speaking to it as you would do any other person, giving it updates, you know, things like that. Yeah? That's what that one is going to be.
Like the way Google Translator or tell you something that it keeps writing.
I've not used Google Translate to that extent, but maybe so. So the whole idea is, let's say you've made progress in your project, you can just tell it that, okay, these activities, these, you know, X and Y tasks, these have been done, or it's at 50%, and it just updates itself. Like the way you can freely chat to ChatGPT or any AI tool. Yeah.
In this case, you create a template. You get AI to create like a database or a template of all the reporting tools, like RACI or log or
It would have output such as that. Yeah, it would have. So the main thing would just be for the initial plan, but then as you go,
Plan,
yeah,
for the plan.
yeah, for the project plan. But as you go along, you can then use it to query.
Okay.
So, i.e., the way we were doing, I don't think you were here yesterday. I can't remember. The way we were using smart sheets to filter the activities that were happening in a particular week. You understand? It's the same way we can do it and say, okay, show me tasks for this week, starting from Monday.
Yeah, I thought
Read
ahead.
out.
I went ahead of planning.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. But again, we need to look at the feasibility from a technology standpoint, whether we have not necessarily just the tech, but we have the right skill set within the company to be able to do that. Because like I promised, we must deliver based on you all working on live projects. All right. So we're doing our part. We need you to also do yours. Second one is this is something that we've been commissioned to do. It's going to be let me say a Rightmove. So if you don't know Rightmove, it's a online platform for houses, renting, buying, things like that. Basically something of that scale for the West African market, right? That's what it is. There's a few USPs behind it, which, you know, are not terrible ideas. So that's the other project that you're going to work on. Not giving it a name yet, but we'll give it a name as we go along. But that's just something to let you all know. So in terms of next steps, obviously, after Tuesday, we'll put you guys in your groups. From there, you'll be given a deliverable list. So what you need to deliver week by week, right? As I've said many times, this only works if you do the work. If you don't do the work, that's on you. But it only works if you do the work. And we want to support you as much as possible. You have Evans, and Evans is not alone. Evans has a team behind him that are supporting as well. But again, you know, nobody is here to chase anybody and say, you know, it's not church. You know, it's only church that will call you that say, "Hi, we didn't see you in church today." Nobody's going to do that because we expect, you know, that you will communicate and you work closely with us so that we actually help you achieve your objectives of getting a job as a project manager and chopping big money, should you wish to. Okay, cool. Any other questions at this point in time? Think deep, think well. Think deep well. Permission to sit down. No questions online. Abby, Rachel, Olaide. Who else is online? Ayo, Demilade. I don't see Kene online. Yes, Olaide, question.
Yeah, so I just want to ask this project that you're talking about, the AI voice-based project planning tool. So are we supposed to like develop a project plan to achieve this project? Is that what you're supposed to do?
You're a project manager, so
Okay,
you need a project plan, yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Would this be like a software-based project?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any other ways we can do it?
No, I'm just asking just to be sure.
Yeah, it's software based. Yeah, it's
Okay.
we're delivering the software.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah. All right. Looking in the room. Any questions in the room?
A question. Are we
Yes.
going to work with developer on this project, or we just develop a plan for the project and see how it goes?
You've not been listening to me.
Hello?
I'll let somebody else answer that. Who else can answer that?
I think what he's trying to ask is, are we like building it real life? Are we achieving it real life, or is just for the purpose of the project? I don't know how to put it. Is this something that we have to we are achieving
Yeah,
real life? Okay.
because he said he wants us to do an actual project.
Okay.
So technically, we should be building in real life. That's why I said depending on the requirements and if we can actually do it. I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So with the first project
Well, I want
to be go ahead.
So I'm asking, are we working with developers on this project now? Like actual developers?
Unless you have development skills, the answer is yes. Right?
Okay.
You'll be working with
Fair enough.
developers, designers. I will go back to my earlier points, and if you all check your receipts of the product that you purchased or the service that you purchased, this includes a live project. All right? So you'll be working on a live project. So this is your opportunity for you to get your hands dirty, for you to build your skills, build your experience, so that when your moment comes and you're doing interviews, you're not sat there telling them, and then, right? You're talking practically from what you have delivered, from what you have done. So that's what you'll be doing. It's live for a reason. Okay? Real people, real deliverables, real impact. Any other questions? No other questions? Everybody understands. Every- Everybody understands. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows what's next. How have you all found the last 3 weeks or weekends? Good, bad, ugly? Huh? It's been engaging. Thank you very much. Challenging. I love to hear that.
For me, the other weeks were okay. This weekend was an absolute struggle. Yeah.
Okay, because you're working.
I think because I'm working and it just seems, I don't know, it was just really difficult. I think because I missed yesterday, so it was very difficult to catch up today.
Okay.
Maybe that
Well,
also. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah.
you're gonna get the recording so you can catch up. And if you have any questions, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anyone else?
Sorry, one question. So that means I'm expected to submit something report for yesterday, right?
The highlight report, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. So you can load that up to your LMS. Okay. Stole my what? That's fine. It's, as long as you're using the template, it's fine. It's not a problem. You've made it yourself, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's what I need to see. Okay. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we spent 3 weekends of our lives together. We may never have that time again, but I would like to believe that the last 3 weekends we have spent together have not only been beneficial, but they are and will be life-changing. I don't want you or myself to regret the last 3 weekends. And the only way we can make sure that doesn't happen and we don't regret it is by you going forward and doing what you need to do. That is showing up, presenting yourself, not just being dedicated, but staying dedicated, diligent to the fact that we have a goal and an objective to meet. Like I've said many times, I'm here to help. I will help you, but you need to help yourself. It's an adult learning environment. Nobody here is under 18. I believe you're all legal in one way or another. Therefore, we want you to put in the effort. You give 100, I'll match you, and I'll also give you 100. My door remains, as per policy, always open. Okay? The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. You get stuck, ask questions. We have a whole team behind us ready to help. But I don't want to see anyone burying their head in the sand. I don't want to see anyone just getting stuck for no reason. You understand? So let's make this work. Let's achieve what it is that we need to do. Let's work together. Yes, granted, you don't know each other from Adam, but guess what? Going forward, you're all brothers and sisters, project managers, team members, whatever you want to call it. So I want to encourage you all to respect one another, understand one another, learn to work with one another. Okay? This really is just the start. This is just the catalyst. Like I said at the start of this, we started this 14th of February. Let next year be and come with a different story. I want you to think about that. Give the next 3 months on this practical, engaging training on your life projects to turn and change your own lives, to turn things around, not just for you, for your family, for your friends. this is that pivotal moment where everything, should you want it to, changes. Right? Please, again, we're here for you. Okay? So, if there are no other questions, ladies and gentlemen, I have been your host. I go by the name of Jonathan Olu Catalyst, Captain John, OJ, whatever you want to call me. But just know, this can't happen without you. Yeah? So, ladies and gentlemen, people in the room, my people online, it's been a pleasure having you. Thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I look forward to your success stories. I look forward to your good news. I look forward to you turning around and saying, hey, OJ, you wanted to go to space, right? Here's the ticket. It's as simple as that. That's what I want to see. Okay, guys? So, until next time, I've been your host, your one, your only, OJ. Until next time, guys, God bless. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace. OJ out.
OJ, are we not taking a picture?
Are we not doing what?
We're not taking a picture.
Yeah, sure. We can. So, guys online, this is the part where you put your cameras on. I'm going to put you on the big screen so we can take a group picture. All right, so let's give that a shot. Let's do this. Yes, there we go. I can see who's that. Let me stop presenting first. Let me stop presenting. Yep, there we go. So, yes. Debbie, you did your hair. Olaide, Abby, Rachel, are you with us? Yinka, or Evan rather. All right, so let's all get in. Daniel, do you mind take a picture for us? Yeah, thank you. Let me give you the other phone, actually. Better quality. There you go. So, can we see the people online? Yep.
You want to turn it this way so that
Yep. Is that better?
yeah, everyone's standing on one side or here.
Yeah, you can just pop that against the wall or something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are we all in?
One person on that side.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Another person.
It's okay.
Okay. Who's not on the camera? 1 second. Chijoke. Oh, you're here. Okay. Can you jump out the room?
Yeah, no, I'm just wrong.
Yeah. If you.
Oh,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I think the three of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's Rachel. Yeah. It's fine. I think you can see all. You can see
So
everyone.
the man going to the, it's fine.
Is it fine?
Alright.
Okay.
I go away.
Even distribution.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I mean, let me. So, guys online, I'm hugging you guys right now. I'm putting my arms around you.
Howdy. You heard that?
Big smiles all around.
Just taking a few.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. Let's get another one. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yep. And you do a video for us.
Okay, sure.
2 thumbs up. There we go.
Video.
Yeah. You got it?
1 second.
Yeah, it's a bit
Oh,
funny.
yeah, I've got it.
You got it. All right. So we'll do Project Career on 3. Are you ready? You recording?
1 second. Yeah.
All right. So on 3, we'll do Project Career. 1, 2, 3. Project Career. Thank you. Okay. Guys online, thank you very much. I will be in touch. You know where to find us. No, the camera's right here.
Sorry,
You know where to find-
Evans, is today the last physical weekend class?
Yes,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is the last
Ah,
class.
interesting.
You want, you want more classes?
Want to come next weekend?
Okay then.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
wait. We have just said now, if you are going to make Ayama ship for us, we can come next week.
Actually, I didn't know today was the last class. I bought ticket to come down to Manchester for 14th weekend, but I'm gonna cancel it, so that's fine.
Oh, just weekends
14th.
away.
Yeah.
Another class is starting that time, but feel free, you can come.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right
you.
then. Thank you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys.
Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Oh, let me stop the recording.
Bye.
Bye. Talk soon.